some animals don't threaten. They erase. No roar, no warning, just instant violence. They don't kill for food or fear. They kill because they feel like it. In their world, death doesn't sneak up on you. It stares right at you. Every muscle, every reflex, every ounce of rage was built to end life before it becomes a threat. From the wild boar that turns forests into killing grounds, to the hippo that paints rivers red, these are nature's enforcers, built to kill, and they don't hesitate to prove it. Here are aggressive animals that kill on sight. They're man's best friend, until they're not. Every year more people are killed by dogs than lions, tigers, and wolves combined. And what makes them terrifying isn't their teeth. It's how familiar they are. A dog doesn't need to stalk you. It doesn't need to learn how to kill. It already knows where to bite, how to hold, and when to tear. Generations of selective breeding turned them into living weapons, designed to obey, but capable of turning in a second. When the instinct takes over, logic disappears. A friendly pet becomes a predator. Pit bulls, Rottweilers, German Shepherds, Cane Corsos, breeds made for power and control, can kill in seconds if that control breaks. You can't reason with a dog in that moment. Once its prey drive locks on, it doesn't see a person anymore. It sees movement, sound, threat, and it reacts with precision. Some pack up and attack in groups, dragging victims down like wolves. Others snap without warning. One bite to the throat, and it's over. And the scariest part? They're everywhere. They live among us, sleep beside us, and wait behind fences that can't always hold them. The same loyalty that protects can also destroy, because inside every dog, beneath the obedience and trust, is something older, something that never left, the instinct to kill when fear or anger takes control. Don't let the face fool you. Beneath that familiar grin is something violent, unpredictable, and far too intelligent. The chimpanzee isn't just aggressive, it's strategic. When a chimp attacks, it doesn't lash out randomly. It knows exactly where to hurt you. In the wild, chimps tear rivals apart with terrifying precision. Eyes, fingers, genitals. They don't kill fast, they kill personally. When they turn on humans, it's the same story. People who've raised chimps from infancy, fed them, clothed them, have been mauled in seconds once the animal snaps. No warning, no growl. Just an explosion of muscle and fury. A full-grown male chimp is 5 times stronger than the average man. When that power is mixed with emotion, fear, jealousy, or anger, it's unstoppable. They'll rip off hands, crush faces, and leave their victims unrecognizable. Some attacks end with chimps drinking the blood of the people they've just torn apart. That's not instinct. That's rage. And here's what makes them terrifying. They don't need hunger or threat to spark violence. It can start from boredom, frustration, or dominance. They've been seen leading coordinated ambushes on other groups, surrounding prey like a war party. Against humans, it's the same. One moves first, the others follow. When a chimp looks at you, you see something disturbingly human behind its eyes. But the moment it snaps, you realize it's not pretending to be like us. We're the ones pretending to be civilized. They don't kill to survive. They kill to remind you. They understand what fear is, and they enjoy watching you feel it. If you ever lock eyes with a spotted hyena at night, it's not curiosity you're seeing, it's calculation. In some parts of Africa, people don't go out after dark because of them. Hyenas have learned that humans are slow, soft targets. They don't always attack for food. Sometimes it's just aggression, testing dominance. Farmers, children, even sleeping adults have been mauled and dragged away from villages. There's no warning growl, no buildup. They move in silence until their jaws close around something that can't fight back. Their bite is one of the strongest in the animal kingdom, over 1,000 psi. Once they clamp down, bones snap instantly. When they hunt alone, it's usually scavenging. But when they move in groups, something changes. The pack confidence kicks in. They'll surround a person, block escape routes, and rush from behind. Even lions lose fights to them when outnumbered. Hyenas don't have the fear of humans that most predators develop. In some regions, they actively stalk humans because they've learned we're easy to kill. And when one manages to bring a person down, the rest follow in seconds. They don't kill quickly. They eat while the victim is still alive. Legs first, then the rest. Most animals attack from fear. Hyenas attack from opportunity. If they see you as weak, cornered, or alone, you're already prey. And once that laughter starts, it's not a warning, it's confirmation. If there's one animal that doesn't care who you are, what you're doing, or why you're there, it's the wild boar. They don't wait for you to provoke them. Sometimes just walking too close is enough. Across Europe, Asia, and even the US, people have been gored to death by wild boars doing nothing but minding their own business. And when they charge, there's no stopping it. They move faster than most people think, hitting speeds up to 40 kilometers per hour, with razor-sharp tusks capable of tearing through muscle in seconds. It's not a warning charge like elephants or rhinos. A wild boar aims to destroy. They go low, hit the legs, and keep attacking until the target stops moving. Many victims bleed out before help arrives, because the tusks don't just cut, they rip arteries open. Unlike most animals, boars don't get scared off easily. They've been shot, stabbed, even hit by cars, and still keep fighting. Hunters call them tanks of the forest because they'll keep charging even with bullets in them. That mix of size, speed, and stubborn rage makes them one of the few animals that can initiate a fight with humans and win. And they don't need a reason. Mothers attack anything that gets near their piglets. Males attack to establish dominance, or simply because they feel challenged. In rural areas, people have been killed walking dogs or picking fruit. No noise, no warning, just a sudden explosion of dirt and fury. Once they've locked onto you, there's no negotiating. You can't outrun them in the woods, and you can't climb fast enough to escape. Boars don't back down. They circle back. Some hunters who've tried to shoot and miss end up getting ambushed from behind, because the boar remembers where the shot came from. There are recorded cases where wild boars killed armed hunters, attacked tractors, and charged moving motorcycles. That's not fear. That's aggression hardwired into muscle. They don't roar, they don't posture, and they don't bluff. They just explode. And when they do, there's no time to think. By the time you realize what's happening, you're already bleeding. And that's why the wild boar isn't just dangerous. It's unpredictable, unstoppable, and unapologetic. It doesn't care who you are. If it feels like charging, it will. And when it does, your only chance is that it loses interest first. Don't let the slow walk or the goofy mouth fool you. This thing is a murderer. The hippopotamus is responsible for more human deaths in Africa than lions, leopards, and crocodiles combined. And it's not hunting. It's just angry. A hippo doesn't attack for food. It attacks because you exist near it. Because you crossed a river it considers its own. Because your boat floated too close. Sometimes, even because it heard you. People think hippos are gentle vegetarians. They are, until you enter their space. Then you're facing a 3-ton wall of muscle, with jaws that open wider than a shark's, and bite down with over 1,800 pounds of force. They can crush a crocodile in half. They can rip through a wooden canoe like paper. Most hippo attacks happen in silence. You won't see them coming. They launch from underwater, flip boats, and pull people under before anyone even screams. And when they attack on land, it's worse. They run faster than most humans, over 30 kilometers per hour, with one goal: crush and trample until the target stops moving. Villagers who fish or collect water from rivers know the danger. Some never return. Others are found torn apart. Not eaten, just mutilated. Because that's what makes the hippo different. There's no hunger driving it. It kills purely out of rage. Even crocodiles give them space. Even lions won't go near their calves. They are territorial to the point of obsession. Every stretch of riverbank, every pool belongs to them. And if you think you're safe at night, think again. Hippos leave the water after sunset to graze on land, and they don't like surprises. People have been crushed outside their homes just for walking in the dark when a hippo was passing through. There's no roar, no growl, no warning display. They just charge. By the time you hear the splash, it's already too late. It's the kind of animal that doesn't want to eat you. It just wants you gone. So when locals say the river belongs to the hippo, they mean it literally. Because in hippo territory, survival isn't about strength. It's about luck. The grizzly isn't a killer by nature, But when it decides to attack, nothing survives. Most predators kill for food. Grizzlies don't. They kill because you got too close, to their cubs, to their carcass, or to their space, and that alone is enough reason for them to erase you. They're not man-eaters. In almost every documented attack, the bear never eats the victim. It just destroys, then leaves. A grizzly's first move isn't curiosity. It's a charge. It'll stand on its hind legs, not to roar, but to size you up. If you freeze, maybe you live. If you run, you trigger instinct. And instinct in a 600-pound bear means death. They can run faster than a horse, hit with enough power to break a spine in one swing, and bite with over 1,200 pounds per square inch of force. One strike from those claws can tear open a man's chest. When grizzlies attack, it's almost always defensive, but that doesn't make it less brutal. They don't stop when you fall. They keep smashing, biting, and crushing until there's no threat left to eliminate. Then they leave, calm again, as if nothing happened. That's what makes them dangerous. You can't predict a grizzly's trigger. Sometimes it's food, sometimes it's cubs, sometimes it's just your presence. They're apex predators built on territorial control. And in their world, standing in the wrong place at the wrong time is enough to die for. They don't stalk, they don't hunt. They just react, with power no human can withstand. It's not hatred, it's not hunger, it's instinct. Pure, unstoppable instinct. So if you ever cross paths with one in the wild, remember this: you're not in danger because it wants you dead. You're in danger because it doesn't care if you are. You don't have to provoke a gaur to die in front of one. You just have to exist too close. It's the largest wild bovine on the planet, standing over 6 feet tall at the shoulder, weighing close to 1,000 kilograms, and built entirely of muscle. But it's not the size that makes it dangerous. It's the temperament. Gaurs don't tolerate intrusion. If you walk into their space, they charge first and figure it out later. People living near forests in India know what that means. No loud noises, no bright colors, no sudden movement. Because when a gaur decides to attack, there's no warning. It goes from calm to chaos in seconds. 1 minute it's grazing. The next, it's thundering toward you at 40 kilometers per hour. Head down, horns locked on target. Those horns can lift a tiger clean off the ground. And have. In rare encounters, even leopards and elephants avoid them. That should tell you something. Villagers, forest guards, and tourists have all been gored to death by gaurs who weren't even provoked. Sometimes the trigger is simple: a camera flash, a car door, or just the scent of someone nearby. They see movement, and instinct takes over. And once they charge, they don't stop after impact. They trample, hook, and slam until there's no movement left. The sound alone, that deep bellow right before the rush, is enough to make armed men run. Unlike the African buffalo that's known for vengeance, gaurs are unpredictable. They can appear calm and peaceful, but the aggression sits right beneath the surface. If they feel cornered, challenged, or even watched too long, they'll snap. And it's instant death if you're in the open. Foresters say you can't scare them and you can't outrun them. A full-grown gaur can crush a human ribcage with a single kick. When they charge, even vehicles have been flipped over. They don't kill to feed. They don't kill to defend young. They kill because they don't like being disturbed. And in their world, your presence is the disturbance. So if you ever find yourself deep in the Indian jungle, and everything suddenly goes quiet, you better hope that silence means it didn't notice you. Because if it did, you won't hear the second sound. Grizzly's elder brother. The difference? When it attacks to eat you. The polar bear isn't driven by anger or defense. It's driven by hunger, and when it looks at you, it doesn't see a threat. It sees a meal. No bluff charges, no warnings, just pure predatory intent. Unlike the grizzly that kills out of territorial rage, the polar bear kills because it's one of the few animals on Earth that actively hunts humans. It stalks across miles of ice with patience that would shame a sniper. Its white coat blending perfectly with the snow. Its body silent, low, calculating. You won't know it's there until it's already too late. When hunger hits, anything moving is food. Walrus, seal, husky, or human. In Arctic towns, bears have broken into cabins, ripped tents apart, and tracked human scent for hours across frozen wastelands. They don't fear us. They don't even hesitate. One swipe of its paw can crush a skull. One bite can tear through bone and parka like paper. But it's not the force that makes it terrifying. It's the intent. When a polar bear grabs you, it doesn't stop. It doesn't maul for dominance like other bears. It feeds. There's no safe distance, no escape route, no negotiation. Out there, you're not an apex. You're prey. Soft, slow, warm prey in a white desert where the only law is survival. Grizzlies defend, polar bears hunt, and when this one decides you're next, you don't get a warning growl. You just become silence on the ice. The Nile crocodile isn't a hunter. It's an ambush made of scales and patience. It doesn't chase. It doesn't roar. It waits, as still as death itself, hidden beneath a sheet of calm water. You could stand a few feet from one and swear the river was empty. Then, in a heartbeat, it erupts. A wall of muscle, teeth, and rage. When a Nile croc strikes, it doesn't attack to test you. It commits fully. Jaws slam with over 3,000 pounds of pressure, enough to shatter bones like dry wood. Victims don't have time to scream. They vanish beneath the surface, locked in a death roll that doesn't stop until everything inside them breaks. And here's the truth most people don't understand. It doesn't always kill to eat. In villages across East Africa, the Nile crocodile has claimed thousands of human lives, often leaving the corpses untouched. Fishermen, children, even women washing clothes. They're taken, drowned, then left behind. Some crocodiles have been seen returning to the same spot, same time, waiting for the next person to make the same fatal mistake. These creatures don't hunt from hunger. They hunt from habit. They remember faces, patterns, movement. To them, a human is no different from a gazelle or a wildebeest. It's just another body near the water. What makes the Nile crocodile terrifying isn't its size or its power. It's that it doesn't care. You don't need to provoke it. You don't even need to notice it. Just be there, and you're part of the food chain again. The water doesn't ripple when it's ready. It doesn't warn you. It simply opens its jaws, and when it closes, that's it. The river stays quiet. The crocodile drifts back into shadow, and death goes unseen. The Cape buffalo isn't called the Black Death for show. It's because when it turns its eyes on you, that's all you see before everything goes black. This isn't a predator that kills for food. It's a living tank that kills because it chooses to. Cape buffaloes are pure aggression in muscle form, nearly a ton of weight, curved horns like steel hooks, and a brain wired for revenge. Hunters have shot them, only for the wounded buffalo to circle back silently, tracking the shooter hours later, waiting for a clean angle to charge. People don't survive that kind of hate. You don't need to threaten one. Just walk too close, make the wrong noise, or cross its path at the wrong second, and it'll come for you. No roar, no warning, just dust, speed, and impact. They can crush a lion, flip a car, or toss a human 10 feet in the air like paper. In Africa, more hunters have died from Cape buffalo than lions, leopards, or elephants combined. And here's the part that sets them apart. They don't run after the kill. They stand over the body, stomping it flat, smashing bone after bone until nothing moves. It's as if they want to make sure the thing that challenged them stays dead. Locals don't just fear them, they respect them, because you can't predict them. One moment calm, the next, full charge. And when they do, there's no outrunning it. You can't climb fast enough, can't dodge in time. And when that massive head lowers and those horns lock in your direction, death doesn't sneak up on you, it stares straight at you and keeps coming.